Alright, how we doing, folks? Your boy Marcos 18205 numbers after the name. Wasteland Wednesday. Yet again, man, the dog days of August. We're in like a stupid heat wave over here, in the northern part of the United States, in the New York City area, the Northeast, I guess, if you want to put it that way. I personally like the heat. You don't really even hear me complain about it. I enjoy it. It's been like 90-something degrees for like weeks now, and that's dope. I mainly like it because guess what? The rest of the damn time here it's freezing. So I definitely don't like taking out the Pharaoh over here for the spin, man. Suppressed. I spoke the other day about SMGs, or actually yesterday about SMGs and whatnot, and which ones are my favorites. And although I did say that the Kuda was probably my best gun and all that jazz, what I still think is my best weapon, and the weapon that I should be using, is the Pharaoh. When I used this when I was trying to get the camos, I had a lot of good success. Now, I didn't like it. I still don't really like it, which is ultimately why I don't play it, why I don't use it. Because I'm playing the game, I'm trying to have fun. I'm not really too interested in, what might be. I'm interested in what's correct in terms of, like, something that'll help me be better at the game, because then I'll have more fun. But I'm not really interested in, I need to use, for example, if the best gun in the game was a gun that I didn't like, I wouldn't use it. Let me put it that way. And the Pharaoh kind of falls into that. I don't think it's the best gun. I think it's officially like an average SMG. It's not too bad, not too great. But I had a lot of good success with it, man. And the only issue I have with it is I still don't really understand the rate of fire on this thing. I understand it shoots. It shoots 3 or 4 bullets in a shot. I don't remember exactly how many it is. I want to say it's a 3 burst or is it a 4 burst? I think it might be a 4. I don't know. I guess we have to look. But it was a little bit awkward for me. I didn't know if, for example, I held it down. It was just a matter of trial and error. But I told you, I got the dark camo in it, and I still don't even fully understand it, in terms of the rate of fire with it, in terms of the range with it. I feel like it's a pretty versatile gun, and in that sense is why I did well with it. But I'm not sure if I could use the Pharaoh every night and be like, this is great, it's having a good time. I'm trying. I'm gonna give it a shot. I want to give it a shot. I put the suppressor on it once again. I felt like it helped me control the recoil a little bit, and obviously, no one tells you no one can tell where you are, which is handful. It definitely lacks, I feel, a little bit in terms of the close range engagements, and I was kind of reminded about what happened over there. You'll notice that I'm almost always zooming in on it. And I'm never really hip firing with it. It's almost like I want to call it like a very small assault rifle, Peacemaker-esque, not necessarily the Peacemaker at all, but it's somewhere in there where you could get a good amount of range with this sucker if you're using it right. You just have to use it right, which is a little bit difficult, and it's a flawed gun, but it's an entertainingly flawed gun, and it's a good gun. I've put on some monster gains with this guy. My first nuke started with a damn Pharaoh, and then ended with an XR2. Clearly, I should be burst firing. If I learned anything about this game, I should be burst firing. But I have had a lot more success with burst fire weapons in this game than I ever had, honestly, in any other Call of Duty. The only thing that come close is the Type 95 in Modern Warfare 3. That was kind of a go-to weapons over there in terms of the burst fire, because if you landed 2 of those 3, or if you landed all 3, the guy was dead, and if you landed 2 of those 3. Sometimes the guy was dead, which is kind of crazy. And I feel that's the most helpful part about burst fire weapons for me, is controlling the shot, where you actually, where you're aiming is odds are where it's going to go. And also just killing somebody pretty quickly with it. The time to kill, I feel, is pretty good, because although you're physically in the act of shooting one thing, you're actually shooting 3 bullets at the damn thing, or 4 bullets in continuation. You do that with other guns, obviously, when you hold down the weapons, but I feel the burst kind of goes, they all go over there almost at the same time. They hit the person, and he's down. So I feel like I've had a lot of good success with burst fire weapons in this game, even if I don't like necessarily the feel of them, which is kind of where I'm coming at with the Pharaoh. I recognize that the gun, hey man, this thing puts in work. I have a lot of success with it. I would like to hear what you guys have done with it, because I've put in a lot of work with the Pharaoh. But I don't like the feel of it. The XR2s is kind of the same way. I've been dropped by XR2s like there's no tomorrow. Somebody just clashed me and I'm done. I don't do that well with the XR2 because I really don't have a good feel for it. Check out all these tags. I'm like a kid in Christmas. I'm like, whoa, look at all these tags. Clean them up. Y'all make it hot like the roof is on fire. Burn it up. The way you dance, you are my one desire. so on fire, so hot you on fire. Man, that song was hot back in the day, man. I think it still is hot these days. Merciless right there managed to pull down the Reaper by far. And it's crazy because if you notice per capita and pretty standard these days for Margles when he plays Call of Duty is I'm using the combat focus because I'm more interested in getting the kill streaks and assist me with getting that. And also because I could earn it a couple more times a game than I can a Reaper. You also notice that dating myself here in this footage a little bit, but I've been using the Pharaoh a little bit, so that's why I wanted to throw it up over here because this is back when the Scythes still had a lot of ammo in it, you know. And now that they nerfed it, yeah, you know, it's not that great. In all fairness, I've run out of ammo when using the Scythe now, which is something crazy. When the game came out, I could never almost run out of ammo with it. The time would always end before the ammo would actually always end. I turn around here because I thought I heard somebody. I'm like, yeah, got you peeping. Got you peeping, Ruthless, throwing down the Ravs, throwing down the Wraith. This is a blowout, man. This is a blowout. This is a good old-fashioned blowout. I don't have too many of these in Black Ops 2. I feel like in Black Ops 2, I used to have a lot more blowouts. I feel like a lot of people used to escape. The kill streak that I'm missing that was in Black Ops 2 that I would love to bring in Black Ops 3 is the escort drone. I can't begin to tell you how many binds the escort drone got me out of, man. The escort drone was just... Oh, was that damn thing good? And I'm over here looking. I'm like, man, this HVK, I'm no good with it. Reload and look. I was like, where are you? I hear you. Boom. Got her. Woo. She's about to nail with that Sparrow, and then that cat gets me from across the map. And you're like, hey, man, I was trying to go nuclear. I was trying to go for the nuke, but you impeded me. Escort drone, man, by far. If I had to pick a kill streak in Black Ops 2, it would be the escort drone, my favorite one. I truly think that. You know, the VSAT, the VSAT is obviously, if I had to pick the best one, like if I only had one I could keep, it would be the VSAT. But the escort drone to me, man, I mean, that cleaned up so much of my stuff, man. And the Talon is supposed to be that in this game, you know, and in theory, right, the Talon should be better at killing people that are next to you because the Talon's like right next to you. But in reality, I feel like it doesn't work that way. Husani's explained to me that there's certain ways that you could kind of bait the Talon to go after things. Or maybe you like dip out real quick out of a room when there's a guy there and you dip back in and then the Talon like get him and stuff like that. I understand that. That's quirks to the game. Same way with the escort drone, you could kind of maneuver it in certain ways where it would impact a little bit better than in other ways. But the theory is still when I see the Talon is if I'm not controlling it, that thing's not killing nearly enough. Whereas the escort drone, I remember that thing just putting up my name on the kill feed left and right, man. Very curious to see what Infinite Warfare's kill streaks are going to be looking like. Your boy Marcos, man. Wasteland Wednesday, another murder game episode over here. These people didn't even know what hit them, man. Deuces.